Okay. Remember I talked about, you will enter into a new realm of some special hiragana. Okay? We are finally at the role of Y here, so it's E. And we got a lot of special things. Okay? So, let me show you. So, first is if you type E and A, so it's typical, yeah, like, I don't know, Yakuza. So, yeah, okay? This is a pretty standard one. I don't need to, bother you guys with all that. So it's just yeah here. Okay? Here comes to the special one. And remember, I said you need to memorize the special one, or in this case, don't memorize that because it doesn't exist. Okay? And you might wonder why it doesn't exist. Come on, it's yi, right? That's yi, ya, right? So yi, right? Why not be just the yi, okay? And then e, okay? And then if you type this, it doesn't exist, okay? You can't type y and I. Doesn't exist. Why is that? Why is that? Hear me out. E. So what's the difference between E and this one? The vowel E here. Doesn't have any difference, right? So why bother invent another hiragana? Because this hiragana already got that specific sound. Okay? So remember I said Japanese are pretty efficient people, right? I think this is like a common sense, okay? If you already got this, you don't need to invent another thing to represent this one. Okay? That's efficient. So we don't have E here because E is this, okay? Exact same sound. E, and this is called E. So we can't make a human distinguish pronunciation than this one. So we just don't need to memorize this because, well, you memorize that, to be honest. There's an E here, okay? And what about this one? E, U, U. That exact the same, follow same rule. That one, okay? So E, U, U. Okay? Really simple. Nothing special, to be honest. So yeah, what about this one? E, yeah. So you might think, well, what the heck is yeah? Okay? Nothing, okay? Of course, you're gonna type this, then become katakana. Of course, you can use the combination E and E. You can use combination of that. It's the katakana version of E and E, okay? But here's the thing. This E is the katakana version of the hiragana E, okay? So you change that to the katakana version, and then this is like combination, okay? So it's like a smaller version of E. That's the katakana version of the hiragana E. Okay, it's a little bit combination, but we can't actually write it down using hiragana alone. Okay, so that brings you, you can't do that. Okay, there's nothing here to represent it. I think the reason the same goes for is kind of like E and E together. You can use these two to combine them together without actually invent another thing. So it's like a compounded pronunciation rather than a single one that can pronounce include different sounds. So I think that's because of out of necessity and efficiency. Just ignore that. Don't need to invent another hiragana here. Okay? So the last one will be E and O. Yo, like yo. Right? It's like yo, but here comes the... we talk Japanese. You might hear some of the words at the end of the sentence. Say, 始めましょうよ. Something like that. That yo, it's like, you're rapping and yo. But it's yo, okay? It's not yo, but it's yo. That's the thing. Okay, e and o, yo. That's the thing. Okay, yo. Okay, so e and o, yo. All right. So remember, this line is kind of easy one because we got rid of two, because out of necessity and already exist. Okay, just get rid of this, just the three, and yeah, we are going to encounter one or two special cases like this, and then we're almost finished. We just got the two row left. Congratulations! Oh my gosh.